that's slow. Of course, I'm on my laptop and it's pretty slow. All right, well, while I'm out at the map, let's take a look, see where we're at here. I thought we already went to Malma. Guess not. Okay, well, let's hit it again. I don't know why Malma sounds familiar. It does. Uh-oh, stay on the road. A helicopter. I've not seen a helicopter before. I've seen planes come in. And it's coming on to dusk. I hate driving at night. I have mentioned it before, but I, in real life, have a little bit of night blindness. And it doesn't matter. It even carries over into games. If I'm in a Skyrim dungeon and it's dark, I can't see where, as well as other people that have, normal vision. My night blindness is not real terrible bad, but it's there. A little bit of low light and I just can't see. And this is, to me, this time of day was always a dangerous time to drive. When the sun's going down, the glare and the angle of the sunlight and everything, it's, especially if you're driving into, the sun, to me it was always more dangerous even than in the morning when the sun's coming up. If the sun's coming up and you're driving into it, obviously you're going to be blinded, but at night it's just different because it's getting darker and you're losing your sunlight. And to me, it's a more dangerous time to drive. It's not dark enough where your lights are going to do you all that much good, but it's dark enough that you start losing your, the distance you can see. Now, I'm already over speed limit, so I'm going to shift down here. Maybe. I guess we're going this way. I've never tried to drive through that barrier. I don't know if you can or not. Probably not. God, these ramps on and off are so narrow. But on the other hand, I guess you're not supposed to be driving all that fast anyway. Look at those streams of light. That's cool. And again, we're playing on Pro Mods. I'm still in the mod area of the game. Looks like I needed a gear halfway in between. Alright, one more check. Be right back. Okay, we're going to be coming into Malmo. I don't know if I have time to run into town and discover anything. Let's see. Time remaining. I have 27 hours left. I know I'm going to have to sleep again. I need to be there by Tuesday through Wednesday. And yeah. Right now my estimated time is to be there Tuesday. It's gonna be tight. But we'll see when we get to Malmo if there's any if there's any place to discover there. Okay, I don't know how quickly I can get in and out of there. Let's see what's in Malmo and how far. I may have already been to Malmo. Nope, I haven't. There's a discovery point there. Okay, so where else are we going to be going? Wow. We're not going to be able to stop everywhere. We got a ferry to go across. Oh, man. Yeah, we've got a lot of places. We're not going to be able to stop at all those places. So, let's just continue on. That wasn't very slick. That wasn't very slick at all. But jumping back and forth out of the map there is kind of threw me off. Kalmar, we just came from there. I'm not going back. Turn some lights on here. Oh, I just missed my turn. Or why did they do that? You go off and then come back on again. That's kind of crazy. So I'm okay. Well, I'm debating whether there's an airplane or commercial airplane. Debating, I think I should probably stop and sleep. I'm going to have to sooner or later. How far am I away? As far as we came from Kalmar, which is here. We're not very far. We slept there. Gosh, we shouldn't have to sleep again already. We still got a long ways to go. I'm going to keep trying to go a little further before I stop and sleep. Now, we are in a mod. You notice there's no way for me to pay. I have a mod that lets me go through here. I had to do that because I couldn't pay to raise the gate, and the game wouldn't let me through. And so I had to put a mod in that lets me skip the toll. I don't want to skip the toll, but I have no choice, or I'm going to get... He's not going to give me a break, is he? Yeah, I don't want to skip the toll, but I have no choice because I get stuck in that gate and I can't get around. So I had to download a mod that lets me go drive right through those gates. Pretty bridge. Yeah, I want to get a truck with a bigger engine. You probably wouldn't need it, but it's always nice to have. So the next truck I'm going to get, I want to get rid of the Renault, I think. And or I can just give it to the new driver and take this truck and give it to Stephanie and buy myself a new truck. When I first started playing the game, I would buy a truck myself, drive it until I beefed it up as much as I could beef it up, paint job and everything. And then I would pass it on to one of my drivers so that they would have a really nice truck. Well, I found out later, and I don't, I'm not 100% sure this is the truth, but I read in a forum someplace that you can give the drivers the cheapest trucks you can get, and they're not going to drive any different. Now, like I say, I don't know 100% if that's true, but that means that in this case, I'm just going to buy the cheap trucks and let them drive in them. So, that being said, I don't know whether to buy a new truck, keep driving this one, and just beef it up. Because I'm going to keep a Scania. I want all Scania trucks, and I want all female drivers. And I'm doing that because I want to give the ladies a chance to drive. And I've seen some of the pictures of the lady drivers, and they all don't look like ladies. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I was doing that in my other game when I was playing, and I stopped playing. I haven't played for, I don't know, a year or so. And that's why I'm so rusty at the driving. Gosh, it's been so long. But anyway, in my last one, I had, I don't know how many garages, but I had about a dozen or so drivers and trucks. And they were all female. And, I was doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Yeah, I should have known. I should have known. They look like there are plenty of places to stop, though. Look at that big old moon. Big old harvest moon. Yeah, I've stated before that I think it's a little bit harder to drive in the game than it is in real life. And I think, for me anyway, and I think part of that is because you have the distances are compressed. So, in other words, you drive a mile in a car and it's a mile. In the game, game mile is truncated, and so your reactions are different. For example, in a real car, you can drive along, and you can look off in the distance, and no problem, because you have plenty of time. But in this, now look at that. See, in this game, if you make any move at all, it's like instantaneous, and you're gone. Where in real life, you have more time. You can be more, I don't know, it's more lenient for you. Now, normally, I would fuel at the same time, but I just did that, so, well, heck with it. I might as well. I'm pulling in here anyway. I hope there's still a place to park, though. Parking brake, power, lights, camera, action. Okay. Yeah, I know you're tired, or I'm tired, I guess. There's been times where I was just as tired playing a game as the guy in the game was tired. I want to get in front. Okay, parking brake, engine, and sleep. And it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Gotta love it. Now let's take a quick look here. It's 8 in the morning, and we are expected Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Wow, I've only got till tomorrow at noon to get there. So we better hit the road. It's a good thing I didn't go exploring in all those little towns. Come on, give me a break. Somebody let me out. Thank you. I hate sitting in those things forever waiting for each car to go by. Now, an AI car or truck will do that. They'll stop and wait till there's nobody coming. I like to try to sneak out there as much as I can. Otherwise, you're there forever. Depending on the traffic, obviously, but... Well, the chat's working. Okay. Okay, I just tested the chat. It's working, so... Whoa, what was that? Now this is a pretty bridge. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Oh God. Yeah, there's an edit. Thank God nobody's watching this stream. I wonder what kind of damage I did. No damage. That's good. Yeah, it's my fault. I'm looking everywhere because I'm doing something new, and I'm kind of scared. I've been scared to do this streaming. I've never done streaming before, and it scares me. And so I've got a dual monitor on this system to the left of me, so I can see the chat. The only mods I'm using are, yeah, pardon my driving. The only mods I'm using are pro mods for the map, and I have a mod to let me get through some of the toll booths, because in the pro mods I'm having trouble. I get to a toll booth and there's no way to pay to get through, so I get stuck. So I had to download a mod that let me drive through those gates. And so I have that, and then I have one that has different pictures of the drivers, and I have a trailer mod. That's all I have right at the moment. But I had more mods when I used to play, but it's new again. It's been a year or so since I played, and I had most of my mods are broken, so... Now, I purchased some mods, if you want to call them mods, like those paint jobs. I purchased some of the paint jobs. Just haven't had a chance to use them yet. Right now, I only have one extra driver. I'm working on getting a second one here after this trip, I think. And as far as equipment, I think I've mentioned that I have the G27 wheel, which has the steering wheel, the gear shift knob, and the pedals. And then I'm using track IR. As you can tell, I can move around. Man, this force feedback, this road is just tearing me up. If you can see the steering wheel shaking. Yeah, so I'm testing. As I mentioned, I've never live streamed before, and I'm actually kind of scared to do it, and so I'm testing to see how it works. I don't know how it records or anything, and I don't know if I've got everything set up. I hope I do. According to Twitch, it says my setup is excellent. I don't know what that means, but there you go. So anyway, bear with me if I'm jumping in and out, because like I said, I'm checking things as I go. I wanted to see how the chat, and thank you for chatting, because I didn't know if that was working or not, and now I see it is. All right, parking brake, engine off, and there we go. I wish that you could actually see the ferry ride over. That would be so cool. All right, start the engine, brake off, and off we go. Yes, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting used to driving again. It's been so long since I played the game. But it's coming back. It's coming back. Man, it's pretty here. Where are we anyway? Let's see. Well, we still have a ways to go. This job's going to pay pretty good, though. Okay, so through the roundabout. Boy, they sure like their roundabouts in Europe. It's kind of funny. Where I live, we got our first roundabout, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Just one. We have one in the whole area. And another bridge. Looks like a nice one. Windmills. We have a lot of those around where I live. Yeah, well, actually, it's a state over. In the next state, there's tons of them. I'm in Oregon. In Washington State, there's tons of those things. A little bit of construction going on there. Yeah, that was close on that guardrail back there. Almost got my trailer. Whoa! Damn near got that guy. That's what I get for looking away. It is, indeed. Yeah, you look away for very long in this game, and you're going to plow into something, either guardrail or car. All right. Let's see. I got to go straight. Man, I'm sorry. I'm having a terrible time here because I keep looking around. As it says in the start there, I'm testing. So I'm looking at about 3 or 4 different monitors, trying to learn how to use Twitch. And so it's kind of affecting my driving. Bear with me. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. I'm testing the Twitch. There's certain games, I think, that are better to live stream, and I think this one is one of them. So I'm trying to learn how to do that, and then I can also go ahead. It's recording, so I can also go ahead and throw this up on my YouTube page, so I can kill two birds with the same stone, if you will. Beautiful country. If I'm not mistaken, I'm still in Pro Mods. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's take a look. No, I don't think I am now. I'm out of Pro Mods, so I'm in the vanilla map, pretty sure. Now, being in Europe, and I'm not familiar with Europe, and so I'm not quite sure, how realistic the roads are and all that kind of stuff. I've been told they're, the basics are down there as being, pretty accurate. But even that being said, I live and die by the GPS, and the roads are a little bit different. Like this one right here, you can go straight through in both lanes. In a lot of the intersections like this, the right lane ends, and you don't know that, and so you have to get over. And God, I've missed so many of those. At the last minute having to come over and almost creaming a car or something. Alright, so I'm going to be hanging. Nope, I'm going to go straight here, looks like. Yeah, I can see that I'm going to have to make some changes to my setup here, because I'm running two computers. The one I'm playing on here, my gaming rig, has two monitors, and I have the chat up in the other monitor, and it's to my left. And unfortunately, that's also where the mic is. So I'm having to look around the mic to see the chat. That's not good, because it takes me away from the driving. Makes it dangerous for me. Look, this guy's driving Volvos. I've got Scanias, buddy. Yeah. Volvos aren't bad. I've driven Volvos before. I don't like Renaults. I don't think anybody does. I don't know. But, what else did I have? I haven't driven a DAF that I can remember. I've had Majestics, although I had a mod that made the Mercedes-Benzes. And I don't have that mod anymore. It got broken, and I haven't checked to see if there's a new one. Like I said, I haven't played the game in about a year. So most of the mods that I had are all broken. So I need to figure out if I put the chat on a different computer, if it'll make any difference. I think I can sign on twice with my same account. I don't think I have to make a dummy account, but I'm not sure. So that'll put the chat on my right hand side, which might make it a little easier to monitor. I don't have that computer running right at the moment. I have both my gaming computer and my Alienware computer, and I use the Alienware for rendering videos and doing my YouTube videos. So it's kind of my workhorse and storage unit. And then this one's for gaming. They're sitting on top of my work table here, and the Alienware is pretty loud, believe it or not. Although it's supposedly it's soundproofed, but it's louder than the other one, which isn't soundproofed. And it sits kind of right behind my microphone. So if I have it running, I get a little bit of a hum noise in my videos because it's picking up the fans from the Alienware. So right now I have it turned off. Okay, what's this guy hauling? Oh, I couldn't tell. I guess I could slow down and find out, but I'm not that interested. So far it's been an interesting trip. For the first time ever, I came real close to running out of fuel, because when I took off, I was yawning when I took my job, which is a bad thing to do. The good thing to do is, before you take any job, is to find a place to sleep and get that all done and fill your truck up, all that stuff out of the way, and then take a job. Well, I didn't do that. I was in Kalmar, Sweden, and I just took up right where I left off last night. I played a little bit last night offline, and I was anxious to get on the road, and so I just grabbed my job, grabbed my trailer, and took off and looked down, and I was yawning, wouldn't you know. So the first thing I did was pull in someplace and get some sleep. I didn't look at the fuel gauge. I'll be darned if I was empty. And I actually made it. I was surprised. I made it to the nearest petrol station, as they call them over here, fuel station. So I didn't actually run out of fuel. So it might be kind of interesting to find out what happens. I'm thinking that it's probably the same way as if you get in an accident and you call for service. Ooh, Combine. Oh, brings me back to Farming Simulator. It's probably like when you get in an accident and you call for service, and the game sends out a tow truck and takes you to the nearest garage, and it could be back, where you're already